ya. Ooh, ma che bella. Gotta get a ooh, makes my body dance for you. Ooh, ma che bella. Gotta get a ooh, makes my body dance for ya. Ooh, ma che bella. Gotta get a ooh, makes my body dance for you. I wanna hear your breath just next to my soul. I wanna feel oppressed without any rest. I wanna see you sing, I wanna see you fight, 'cause you are the real beauty of human rights. Ooh, ma che bella. Gotta get a ooh, makes my body dance for ya. Ooh, ma che
All right, good morning, you guys. It is Saturday, 1 week out from my Summerween party, actually, which is kind of crazy to think about. I am 0% prepared for that, so that's a problem for future Keisha. But I woke up early this morning. I had the worst sleep. I couldn't get to sleep until like 4 a.m. I don't know what was going on. And then promptly woke up before my alarm at 8:30. So I'm running off of very little sleep, and I'm on to my second caffeinated beverage. I've got a little London Fog with my lavender syrup here. I had a coffee this morning, dropped my girlfriend off to do her workout, and then I got the email from Bath & Body Works saying that today was their last day of their 3-wick candles for $13.95. So I was like, I've already burnt half of my leaves candle. I know I'm gonna need more, and if I can go buy 3-wick candles from Bath & Body Works for the price of one, I'm gonna do that. So I hopped over to the mall and picked up another leaves candle, but this time in this like really cute fall yellow print. Oh my god, I can just smell it lifting it out of the bag. It's insane. I also picked up this, I think this one's new this year because I've never seen it before, but it's their pumpkin spice latte, and it smells exactly like a pumpkin spice latte. And then what else did I snag here? Book Loft. A friend of mine for my birthday in the spring got me this in a room spray, and I really loved it. I know there's bergamot in here. It says pair your favorite book with notes of crisp bergamot woods and a warm blanket. I love bergamot. It's kind of musky, kind of, I don't even know. It does smell like a warm blanket, like a fresh blanket that you were to buy from a store. And like bergamot, it's a really nice blend. So I'm looking forward to burning this in my cozy reading chair while I'm reading The 13th Child, which I have continued to read. I just haven't updated you guys on that, so that will be coming. And then, of course, as we do, I went to Homesense because I was near my favorite Homesense, and I'm like, I have time before my friend's birthday. I'm gonna go. And I have a list of things that I'm looking for specifically this spooky season. A table runner was one of those things. I'm not gonna show you guys because it's gonna be super awkward. It's in the back of the car. But I was able to find a festive table runner. I needed to pick up some hangers. And then I went to Michael's and was pleasantly surprised. I honestly didn't think I was gonna pick anything up, but I also got their email this morning with their 40% off one regular price item coupon. And I always just kind of keep that in my back pocket in case I need it. And I found something incredible when I was at Michael's. So I can't wait to get home and show you guys what I picked up. Okay, hi you guys, it is Sunday. I have just sat down with an Earl Grey tea to show you guys some of the things that I picked up yesterday before I went to my friend's birthday party. So I haven't filmed since yesterday. I kind of had to run home from Homesense and Michael's, get ready, go to my friend's birthday. It was really fun. Met lots of really lovely people. The most precious baby I have ever met in my entire life, which actually really helped fill my cup. It brought me so much joy. I don't spend a lot of time in my life around children, and the last 2 weekends, that's just been a really nice gift in my life to have these really, really sweet kids to spend some time with. So that has filled my cup in a very surprising way. I'm very, very grateful for that. So let's get to some of what I picked up yesterday. I showed you guys the Bath & Body Works candles in the car. The 2 other items that I ended up picking up, one from Homesense was, are you ready? Because this is actually so exciting. A table runner. It is an autumn themed, but also very spooky season table runner. Little disclaimer, I have never had a table runner in my life. I didn't grow up in a home where we had a table runner, so I kind of feel like a little old lady. I bought my first table runner for Christmas and then ended up buying one for the spring, and now I kind of just feel like I need one for every season, and this was the one that was missing. So I love everything about this one because it does feel very fall-esque. It's got the little leaves, the little flowers. I'm trying to incorporate more like orange, red, yellows, because the last couple of autumns I've had that kind of like pastel-y colored theme, which I still love because I'm a pastel girly through and through, but it doesn't feel the same as it did when I was a kid, so I'm kind of going back to more classic orange and black. And then this one has little ghosts with their little trick-or-treat bin. How freaking cute is this? I'm actually obsessed. And then of course the sides have the little black and orange, what would you call that? I don't know. The word is escaping me right now, you guys. So that's the table runner. I was very excited about it. And then when I was going through the till, the gal that rang me through was like, oh, it's perfect. It's Halloween and fall in one. And I was like, that's why I went for this one. So I don't need to buy 2. I'm covered. So that was one of my most exciting purchases that I got yesterday at Homesense. And then of course, because Michael's was right next door, I didn't plan on going there, but I'm like, I'm just gonna pop in and you guys will not believe what I found. So, ta-da! I am so excited about this black sparkly moon wreath base because I have been looking for one of these for the last couple of years, and I always end up going to Michael's late and they're all gone because I love making wreaths. So when I got back into making crafts in 2023, the first thing I did was make a fall wreath. I'll take a video so I can show you guys that as well. But I've wanted to make a moon wreath because I made a fall one, I made a kind of a fairy garden one, I made a winter one, which I ended up totally just like taking down because I didn't love it. That's okay, I can make another one this year. But I did not make a Halloween specific wreath. And I knew I wanted it to be a moon shape. So I've got this guy, which I'm really excited about. I'll also add some photos to this clip of inspo from Pinterest that I am going to be basing this craft project off of. And the best part about this too is not only did I find it, but I had my Michael's coupon, so it was only like $18. So I'm super, super excited about this. That'll be like a later in the fall season type project because I am having my friends over for my Summerween Party. And I saw these, you can kind of paint these terracotta pots as a craft. I still have 2 left over for my birthday craft day, but you can do them in spooky season kind of patterns and things. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for my Summerween craft. The wreath will be later. Otherwise today, what have I got going on? I have to do some studying for my aerial hoop. Of course, I have another shadow shift tomorrow, and I'd like to write that exam in the next week. I'm kind of giving myself that deadline, so I have to do some studying for that. I have to do some video editing, and then otherwise it's just going to be a cozy day at home. It looks sunny right now because it is, but I swear to you, like 20 minutes ago, it was gloomy and raining and such a vibe. So now I'm actually melting in this knit sweater. And then I will, of course, keep you guys updated on all of my prepping for my Summerween party this week, because I feel very behind and I haven't really gotten anything together for that aside from taking down my spring decor. So I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, you guys, just gonna get comfy here. We're coming in hot today with Mr. Boo. It's been a couple of days since I've filmed. It's Wednesday, and I feel like this happened again last week where I didn't film Monday or Tuesday. Apparently Monday and Tuesday are really busy days for me, so I did not get to vlogging at all. However, lots of stuff's been going on, so I just thought I would come hop on here, update you guys a little bit on the events of this week. I was down and out. I was down and out for a good chunk of Sunday and most of Monday because I did get my period and I have endometriosis, so that's never really a good time for me. Lots of a leave, lots of naps, lots of laying horizontally with a heating pad. So I was just trying to get by on those days. Feeling better now, which is great. I'm really relieved about that. And just keep moving the needle along. So what have I been doing? I have been continuing to read The 13th Child, which I did not grab. Give me a second. Okay, so I've continued to read The 13th Child. I want to say on my Goodreads, I'm more than halfway now. I'm on chapter 31. Last time I updated you guys, I think it was on chapter 18 or early 20s. Anyways, in The 13th Child, Hazel has found her way back from the in-between. She then went, to the king's palace because somebody over at the palace was in need of healing, and she's gotten there. She's assessing the situation. She's never seen anything like this sort of disease or ailment that the king is dealing with. And earlier on in the story, there was a time when Hazel was a young girl and went to her village to receive blessings or money from the royalty, and had a less than desirable encounter with Prince Leopold. So she was a little bit nervous about running into him when she went to the kingdom. And she has had a few encounters with him, as well as meeting, some of the extended family members, children, and that sort of thing at the king's palace. And I don't know why I keep saying the king's palace. I don't know what they call it, but I would imagine it's palace or castle. And she's there trying to figure out, how she can heal the king, or if she can heal the king, if that's at all possible, because she has this magic ability where she can cup her patient's face with her hands, and she will get some sort of visual download of whether or not she's able to heal this person, or if she's going to have to ultimately just, put them into an early death so they don't have to suffer anymore. One thing that I did forget to mention is that as she's going along here, all of her previous patients who did not make it have turned into these ghosts that continue to find her and haunt her. So she's still struggling with some of that. But that is where I am currently at in The 13th Child. Again, I told you guys I'm a slow reader and I've been so crazy busy. So I'd like to try to finish this book over the course of the next week. We're going to make it happen, or we're going to try. So that's The 13th Child. I haven't really been able to make any more progress on my post-traumatic stress disorder source book because I've been busy. So this morning I had my last 2 shadow shifts for aerial hoops. I'm officially done my shadow shifts, which is so freaking exciting. That means that I literally just have to write my exam and submit a teaching video, and I am all ready to go for my classes in September. It's felt like such a process, you guys, but I'm so grateful that I'm, almost towards the end of it and feeling really good about it. So I've been working on that. I do have to continue later today reading more of my hoop manual, studying, prepping for that exam. And when I came home from my shadow shifts today, I had some admin to do, prepping some counseling sessions. I've got a very heavy client load tomorrow. And then really just trying to get myself in the mindset of Summerween things. Friday is great. It's very open. I can get all of my Summerween snacks prepped and together. I'm going to be just overhauling my house so that it's decorated for fall and spooky season with some of the new pieces that I've picked up from various Homesense and winners, of course. And then teaching. I'm teaching my handstands and backbend class tonight, so I have to prep that as well. I feel like there's like a lot of prepping going on in my life. I've got a jet, and when I say jet, I mean literally just mosey my way on over to the kitchen and meal prep some goulash because tomorrow is so heavily stacked. I know I'm not going to have any time to do that, but I will take you guys along on my little cooking adventure. It's probably going to get hot in here. I should turn on the AC because I just checked and it's like 28 degrees outside, and I'm wearing long pants and a long sleeve shirt. Typical Keisha. Well, I guess it's like the end of July, but whatever. We're going to get to cooking and I'm going to take you guys along. Okay, you guys, so I popped into a little Winners the other night on my way home from the studio. Forgot to film this new throw blanket that I got. I've actually been looking for a throw blanket for spooky season for the last couple of years, and I could never find one that I really liked. But I snagged this one. The Winners had, you know, tons of options in terms of kind of spooky little throw blankets. It is going to eventually go on this chair when I end up decorating for Summerween, but I just thought I'd show you guys what I picked up. Where do I situate myself here? Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. This is the way, and of course we're on the floor because I love the floor. What is up, you guys? I am back. It's Friday, August 1st, and I am gonna be decorating for my Summerween party. I was a little bit disappointed because I pulled out my Halloween box. I thought I had more than one, but it would appear that I don't. So I might have less fall spooky season decor than I thought, but that's okay. We're gonna make do with what we've got, and then throughout the season, of course, I'm gonna be picking up some things here and there, which I've already kind of done so far this year. I also made myself a tea, an Earl Grey tea with some almond milk foamed and some pumpkin pie spice on top. It's such a random drink. It's hot. It is like over 30 degrees here today, and I needed something. I needed to caffeinate so that I can motor through my decorating. It's actually pretty good because I decided to make a batch of cinnamon syrup instead of lavender, and it's very festive. It's very thick. So I didn't want to put too much and have it be like way too sweet, but this is perfect. Okay, so before we dive into some of these goodies today, update. I didn't really get to film too much yesterday because I had a very busy client day, and I was supposed to go to Hoop last night. I ended up skipping that because I had to run around and get like food for tomorrow's party. I had to get some last minute things, paper plates, napkins, just very particular things. I ordered something which I'll show you guys here in a few minutes, but I ran around. I didn't get to Hoop yesterday. I did go for an hour train today. It wasn't a great training session, to be completely honest with you. It's one of those training sessions where you want it to be fun and nothing's really working, or it's not working the way that it's supposed to, and it feels clunky. So it's actually kind of shit, to be honest. So I was like, you know what, let's just go home, let's clean. I cleaned the whole house because I do not like decorating when my house is dirty. That just seems counterintuitive. Like, who wants to decorate a dirty house? Not me. So I cleaned. My vacuum died, so I was annoyed about that. It's charging right now so that I can vacuum the other, like the kitchen area. But this area is cleaned, vacuumed, dusted, the whole shebang. It's ready. It's so hot. I feel like I literally have like a sweat mustache right now. So that's my day so far. Now we're here. We're gonna get into what I've got for spooky decor and just dive into it. The first thing being this pillow, which I found last year, and I died. Like, I could not leave this pillow behind when I found it because it's got a couple of my favorite things. It's pink. It has ghosties, which makes it like spooky season. The little black leafy accents I think are just so beautiful. And mushrooms. I love mushrooms. So I was like, I can't leave. I think it was Homesense without this pillow. So of course I've got this guy. I've seen another one, which I'll see if I can find a photo and put it up here for you guys, but it's like a more of a square pillow. It's black, and then it's got a skeleton on it, and I think he's like drinking a coffee or something. I'd love to add that to the mix because I just think it's super fun. But for now, we've got this guy. I'll reorganize that in a little bit here. I also got a couple of things here. Okay, so you remember when you were like a kid and you had friends over for your birthday party and you would send them home with, you know, like a goodie bag of something fun? I decided for my friends that are coming to my Summerween party that I was gonna pick them up these little pocket bags from Bath & Body Works. I'll see if I can show you guys closer up. How cute are these for Summerween? They keep like a little hand sanitizer in them. And of course I found my favorite scent. I put a little leaves hand sanitizer in there for each one of my friends. I think they're just adorable. So I need to wrap these later today, but I thought those were super fun. That was one of the places I had to go yesterday, was to Bath & Body Works. These are just like little bookish stickers that I also want to put in there. And then, silly me, I was looking on Amazon a few days ago when I was planning all of the snacks and food I was going to make for Summerween. And I was like, oh, I know I need a mold, because I saw, I think it was on TikTok, somebody made these like pizza pockets in the shape of a skeleton. And thankfully, I literally ordered this last night. It showed up early this morning. It's this skull silicone mold that I'm gonna use to make some pizza pockets. I'll be filming that tomorrow for you guys so that they're fresh. So I thought that was super fun. And then when I was running around, I got this at the dollar store. It's literally just like a dish rack mat, but it's like festive with pumpkins. So that was fun. And then I already showed you guys this table runner that I got, which, because my friends and I are doing crafts on the table, I think somewhere in this box is an actual like crafting tablecloth that we'll use, but then just for like festive decorative purposes, this will sit on the table throughout the season. And then ghosty blanket, showed you guys that as well. Apparently I really like ghosts and pumpkins. That's like my Halloween spooky season vibes. Okay, I don't even remember what's in here, you guys, so this is gonna be a good time. So I have some Halloween socks, which I'm sure you guys will see me wearing at some point in the season. I put them in here because I get holes in my socks way too quickly, and I knew if I just kept wearing them year round, I wouldn't have them come the fall. So festive socks, candy corn pajamas, of course. Oh my gosh, I got these at Old Navy. They're like little vampire candy corn pajamas, and they're like the tight fitting ones. I love candy corn. I know a lot of people are like, they either love it or they hate it. I'm in the camp that absolutely loves it. So I got these pajamas last year, and I just think they're super fun. Woo. And then I know there's another one. I have a pumpkin dish towel. I was thinking of getting new ones this Halloween because my previous years, the theme has been like pastel colored kind of Halloween, and then I realized that doesn't actually feel like when I was a kid growing up. Like, it's not very nostalgic. It's pretty, don't get me wrong, but I want to start incorporating more black and orange this year. So I thought I'd get some new dish towels, but then I realized in order not to ruin the dish towels, we don't use them anyways. They just kind of hang there in the way. So I might scrap that, but we'll see. And then this poor little guy got squished, but I think I should be able to fix him. I don't want to monkey around with him too much right now. There's little like fairy lights inside of him popping out. But me and my friend made these cheesecloth ghosts last year, and I just painted little eyes on mine. I usually put him on the floor and then turn on his lights, and he's like kind of like a little ghosty lamp, which is really cute, but he did get a little bit squished. Does he even stand up anymore? Kind of. I'll have to fix him. I also just cleaned out my craft closet because I'm super neurotic, and this is what happens. I know I'm having people over for crafts, and my craft closet paint situation has been so disorganized and such a mess. And I was like, realistically, to bring down all my paints tomorrow, this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna have to do like 3 or 4 trips. So I organized my craft closet today, and oh, I was like, why was I telling you guys that? I realized I have more cheesecloth, so I can make more cheesecloth ghosties this year. I'm just gonna set him right. I'm gonna set him right there. I also have this little ghost garland. I think this was like another dollar store find originally. It was not on this like piece of yarn, and then I have to obviously separate them so there's even spacing in between them. But I usually hang this little ghosty guy on this little shelf here. And then I found this cutie little thing last year. I want to say I found it at like Walmart, and I was like, those look like purple people eaters to me. And I love the song Purple People Eaters. I've drawn a lot of purple people eaters over the last couple of Halloweens, and my friends know me because I have like a little festive headband anytime there's a craft night and I have them over, and it always fits the theme of the season. This is no exception. I'm just not gonna wear it right now. And then last year I got some tiny little pumpkins, and I have like a ledge in the windowsill on the outside. Right now it's got little like herb plants in it, but for the fall I got this garland to put on it. However, I think I might do something different with the outside this year. So I think I'm gonna use this garland and put it on my stairwell on the railing, because again, white walls, white railing, it looks a little bland, and I've started getting festive garlands and just hanging them on the railing to kind of spruce it up. So I think that's what I'm gonna use this for. I'll probably have to get another one. Just classic fall garland. What else is in here? I have some different colored twinkle lights. I know one of them is like orange and purple, or they might both be orange and purple, and I put one on the inside of the window and one on the outside, but again, we're gonna decorate the outside differently this year, or like actually really decorate it. So I've got little lights for that. Oh my God. Tino's sleeping. This is like a little lion hat for Tino as a Halloween costume, but he's sleeping like a precious boy right now. They both are, so I don't want to disrupt them. What else? Oh, and then Boo's little bat wings. I think he likes the bat wings more than Tino likes the lion headpiece, probably because it goes on his head, but they have little Halloween costumes and I think they're so cute. What else is in here? A witch's hat. I don't know why, I mean, I guess costumes, Halloween, that makes sense. My costumes really just consist of like things that I put on my head, if I'm being real with you guys. So I have a witch's hat. I think that was another dollar store find. And what else do I have here? So this is a bag full of little pumpkins. I made yarn pumpkins and put little sticks in them for the stem. The last couple of years actually. And then I've got just a bunch of like various blue, green, velvet pumpkins. I know I have some yellow ones as well, so it's like juggling. I'm not a very good juggler. Okay, so these different little pumpkins I just like to put on different surfaces next to books just for decor, and I have a whole bag of them. So we'll find somewhere for these to go. I know they really spruced things up last year. These little pumpkins, which I usually put, like I would put in one of my vases. What else? Something's wrapped here, and I don't know. I think that's a real ass leaf. Oh, I know what this is. Another little crafty craft that I made a couple years ago. So it's this little skeleton sitting in a yoga pose with some moss and some little bats hanging from the lid, some little pumpkins, some little bones, and then just a little tea light that I turn on, so it's kind of like a Halloween globe. That's what I was going for when I made this. And I usually put this on one of my altars, but I might find a new home for it this year. You never know. I'm running out of space. It's fine. And of course, another dish towel. Keep things together here. I also have this little ghosty pumpkin, again in the very pastel color palette that I did the last couple of years, but I saw somebody, I think it was on Pinterest, I saw somebody paint a pumpkin like this, and it's just a craft pumpkin from Michael's, and I was like, that is so fun. Required way more layers of paint than I thought. And of course you have to let it dry in between, so it actually took much longer than I expected it to, but I think it turned out really cute. So I have this pumpkin guy. What else is in here really? Black and orange balloons. And then, again, I love my little fairy lights, so these ones are just like little yellow autumn leaves, so I'll wrap these around something. Down with my lights, balloons. What else? These are just like little crafty Halloween things. Yeah, these are just for Halloween crafts, so I don't need to worry about that. I knew I had a craft tablecloth though for Summerween tomorrow, so we're gonna need that. And then pumpkin carving tools. What's this? Oh yeah, I forgot we got these last year. They're just these little, they're not for hot drinks, but for cold drinks, and they look like little pumpkins. I want to say we got 2 of them, but maybe we only got 1. Anyway, super cute. We got this from Superstore. And then I also like to use the tops of like my really pretty candles. They usually come with really nice lids at Homesense. And this one has like this little bat with a moon and some flowers. It's super cute. So I'll put like a piece of 3M on it usually and like stick it to a wall or put it on one of my bookshelves or altars. I am running out of space, or I use it as a coaster sometimes. So various different things you can use it for. I don't throw them out unless they're just like super simple. I also have, that's what these are, a couple of these blue ceramic pumpkins when pastel was the vibes of my decor. Ooh. And then the last two things, this little ghosty guy's like, so sad. The last two things I have in here are my mugs. So I picked up this mug from Homesense last year and it's literally got these skeletons on it and they're doing ballet. They're doing ballet. It also on the inside says, dance like nobody's watching. And I just loved it. It's kind of like this matte finish, very spooky season. I'm not usually a big skeleton girly, that's more my girlfriend, but I did grow up dancing and taking ballet, which at the time I hated and would always complain, like, why do I have to take ballet? I don't want to take ballet anymore. And then now, as I've obviously become an adult and I have such a strong foundation in my movement practice, I'm grateful that I took ballet. But, so here's one of my mugs. I don't want to like break any of these things. And then I have another little cutie mug here. And it's just pumpkins. Classic pumpkin mug for the fall. And it's like a nice big mug. I like big mugs. I want to drink my coffee and tea out of basically a bowl with a handle. And this fits the bill. So that's all that's in here, which actually kind of makes me really sad. I shouldn't say that. I'm very grateful for all of the decor that I've kind of picked up really only over the last 2 years, because back in 2020, we sold everything that we owned and moved to Mexico. That's a story for another time. But when we came back in the same year, oh, it was 2021. When we came back in the same year, we had to start accumulating and buy new things because we only had, you know, the dogs and a backpack full of clothes and like toiletries and stuff. So we've been rebuilding over the years. I didn't have any decor when we came back. So gradually over the years, I'm just kind of building it back up and finding what, you know, really makes me happy, how I like to decorate and what I really enjoy. So I'm going to kind of tidy this up and then let's find some spots to put out our Summerween decor. I'm so excited. All right, good morning, you guys. It's Saturday. I said I was gonna wrap my friend's little goodie bags yesterday, but when I finished filming, I wasn't in the best mood. I don't know what was going on. I do know what was going on. It was like day 6 of my period, and that's always a little bit of a weird day for me. So I finished decorating, and I think I mentioned yesterday after I'd pulled everything out of the box, like, oh, I'm really sad. I thought I had more spooky season or Halloween decor. And I had to stop and sit with myself because I realized once I kind of put all of my decor out it's not a matter of how much you have, it's a matter of, you know, the meaning that you make of it and the enjoyment of putting the pieces out. I ended up putting up all my decor pieces and realized, oh, it actually does feel really like autumnal and like fall in here to me. And I think I was suffering from, I don't know even what you would call it, you know, that like social media consumerist lens where it's like you just need to consume and get more and more and more, and it needs to feel like you literally rolled into a pumpkin patch and that's your whole house. And I had to take a step back and remind myself, and now I'm sharing with you guys and reminding you that it's not a matter of quantity, it's quality. And that really brought me back to myself. I was really grateful, again, reminding myself of where I've come from, having moved back from Mexico and starting with nothing, having no decor, and just looking around at my beautiful house and being like, oh, it feels so festive in here. I just love it. So that's my gentle reminder to myself as well as to you guys today. I need to get a move on. So I'm going to wrap, that's the word. I'm going to wrap these little presents for my friends because I need to get this done and out of the way so I can start on spooky snacks. I have got each one of their little pocket backs and little stickers, and then like just these little kind of bookish stickers for each one of my friends. And then a Bath & Body Works coupon because I have been there so many times. I don't need 4 Bath & Body Works coupons. In fact, it would be in my best interest to stay as far away from Bath & Body Works as humanly possible for a little bit because it went a little cuckoo crazy. So what's the best way to do this? I'm just gonna plop this in here. I made sure I took off all the price tags because, as my friend Jen would say, that's tacky. Okay. So I don't know if it's gonna stay upright in here, you guys. It might fall over. That's okay. I think these are tiny bags, so one piece of tissue paper should be good. One is done. Oh my gosh, this is just gonna bang, bang, boom. I'm just gonna like hammer this out. And then I have to get started on my spooky treats, which I decided to do the little mummy pigs in a blanket. So I'm gonna have to like cut up the pastry and make that happen. I think I'll start with that one because it seems like it's gonna be the most tedious. And then I'll move on to my Scully pizza pockets. No! Just put a hole in it. Lastly, this one. It is hot. Like, this weather is putting the summer in Summerween today. I don't know how I feel about it. I was low-key hoping it would be like rainy and moody vibes, but it is scorching since I took the dogs out for a walk this morning. Had to run and get coffee and a few other things, and I don't have the AC on. It's like 26 degrees in here, you guys, and I'm about to start cooking, so riddle me that, Batman. It's just gonna be hot. I'm just gonna have to accept it. We really only have like 1 more month left of summer, so I will survive. Okay, why are you being like this? Wrapping paper. Okay, now that these little goodie bags are done, let's get to cutting up some pastry so I can make these little mummy pigs in a blanket. Put my creativity into that here. Let's do it. it is Sunday. I am cozied up in bed here, feeling really low energy after my Summerween party yesterday that filled my cup in so many ways, and was just, a lot of work, making a bunch of snacks, crafts, exchanging energy with my friends. It filled me up so much, and now I woke up this morning at 10 a.m., might I add, just feeling low, feeling like I have a little bit of low energy today, which is perfect because it's this kind of overcast, gloomy, looks like it might rain kind of day, and I am here for all of it, honestly. I have the next 2 days to really just decompress over this long weekend, and I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it at all. And because I do talk about, mental health, I want to be so transparent about my work as a counselor and just mental health in general on my channel. I just wanted to speak to the fact that, it's super normal. We're humans, and with a week like the one I've had where it's a lot of planning and go, and, kind of having to disperse my energy in different areas of my life, I try to show myself as much self-compassion when I have these days as humanly possible. That sympathetic nervous system energy is just a lot, and eventually we kind of come down a little bit. I'm feeling that today. I'm refilling my own cup and just taking things slowly. A theme in my life over the last couple of months has really been purging, releasing, outdated mindsets, outdated relationships, activities, anything that's no longer serving me. I've really been intentional with just releasing it, setting boundaries, and that takes a lot of energy. So I'm recognizing and reflecting on my summer, if you will, and it's been a really incredible process, especially now as I'm finding, when we clear things out, we're making space for the new, and I would be silly not to recognize that the minute I was able to move away from the things that were totally out of alignment, all of these new and incredible opportunities and connections and things started to come in. So again, that's an energy exchange. And I'm really just in this kind of introspective, reflective state today, and carrying on into a new month. It's the beginning of August, and I'm just trying to give myself a little bit of time today to ease into a new month. And that definitely means finishing The 13th Child, because if I have to talk about this book one more time, I swear. I have 200 pages left of The 13th Child to finish today. I'm going to cozy up with my lavender chamomile tea, my leftover pizza skull pocket from Summerween yesterday, finish this book, and then decide which book on my TBR I want to order next, which is really exciting. That list is getting really long. So I'm excited to hop into something new, something fresh. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, for being here, for supporting my channel. I really encourage you, if you did enjoy this video, to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm really excited to film my next vlog with you guys and just take you along through my favorite time of the year. So I hope you guys enjoy your long weekend. If you're here in Canada, I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, and I will see you guys in my next video.